I can give you a teaching right now. I'm a leader in church. But if the teaching goes against God, please, can you pick what God says? Don't pick on what the bishop is saying. Don't pick on what the elders are saying. Pick on what God is saying. This is why we are supposed to come to church. Because people say, oh, I'm doing this because the sermon said that. Oh yeah, the sermon is saying that. You know what? But I need to be in the Holy Spirit for me to give the true word. I can stand here and I can preach against the Bible. So if I say things that are against the Bible, you are so much allowed to follow the Bible. And to tell me after that, you know what? You need to come back home. Live a life of obedience. Yeah, you need to tell the bishop, you need to tell the preachers, live a life of obedience. Because if we live a life of obedience, the word will be true. Yes. So if God says something, we have to follow what God is saying. I will read James 1:22-25. It says, I'm using the NASB Bible. It says, but prove yourselves doers of the word, and not just hearers who deceive themselves. For if anyone is hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man who looks at his natural face in a mirror. For once he has looked at himself and gone away, he has immediately forgotten what kind of person he was. 25. But one who has looked intently at the perfect law, the law of freedom, and has continued in it, not having become a forgetful hearer, but an active doer, this person will be blessed in what he does. So that is James 1:22-25. I will come again verse by verse so that we remind each other to live a life of obedience. James 1:22. But prove yourselves doers of the word, and not merely hearers who delude themselves. So God is just saying, listen. And when you've listened, when I've said something, he says, do it. Listen and do. That's what we need to do. And James is saying that as well. Listen and do, for you to live a life of obedience. Listen, you hear, then you do what has been said. So the phrase that says, who delude themselves, means you lie to yourself and you believe your own lie. Have you come up with situations that you believe your own lie? You make up something that is not what has been laid down, that is supposed to be done, what the Bible has not said, what the commandments have not said, but somehow it's true. In your own mind, you've made this thing to be true. So don't delude yourself. It's called delusions.